Hey there. Thanks for joining me for another episode of Blind Buys. Really appreciate you stopping by, spending some time with me as we go through another fragrance together. I think this is just about the last week of 2025 where I could pull this fragrance off. I haven't actually looked at the 10-day, but we're getting towards some warmer weather here. I know it's supposed to be warm tomorrow, too warm for this fragrance, but the rest of the week it should work. So we're going to try and pull it off and see what we can do with this. I've been wanting this fragrance for a long time. It came up on sale on Olfactory Factory at a good price, so I bought it. You know what fragrance we're doing? And you clicked on the thing. It is Bond Number 9 New Haarlem. They come in this goofy bag. They don't come cellophane, so you just gotta believe me that I didn't open this yet. I didn't. It just ruined the whole thing for me, you know? I don't want to ruin it for me, nor do I want to ruin it for you. Is there a batch code that I could show you? I don't think there's a batch code if you don't want to stick around, but if you don't want to stick around, you're missing half the video, and the other half I do batch codes, perfumers, where I got it, what I paid for it, projection longevity, and any sort of final thoughts. So when I did Bond Number 9 Bleecker Street, you may remember if you've seen the video, the bottle fell straight out the front. So we're going to be real careful and keep it tilted like this. You know, it looks kind of like this. The cap looks more purple than blue. I thought it was going to be blue, but it's purpley. That guy. So, hate that. You know, very good presentation though. Bond Number 9's nice. Bleecker Street, although maybe not my favorite fragrance, is admittedly, you know, well done. So, this is supposed to be... Okay, I felt like I was breaking the cap there. I just wanted to be careful. This is supposed to be like mapley coffee, some sort of breakfast in a bottle, sort of sweetness. So let's see what we get out of this without yapping too much longer. None on the 1, none on the 2. Shot on the 3. So, yeah, took a little priming. Give ourselves a good stinking. I'm going shopping. I have absolutely no seltzer water to drink. And oh my Lord. Oh my Lord. Okay, so maple syrup is one of my favorite things. I love maple syrup. I drink it in my coffee. Coffee black with maple syrup. It's just amazing. Maple syrup in general, just such a great product. Oh my Lord, this smells like maple syrup. And how could I not love that? This is so nice. Oh my gosh, darn. Absolutely. I haven't even smelled myself yet. This is just wafting, just hitting me in the face. This is just, oh man. I wish every fragrance was like this. I'm not gonna lie. If every fragrance was like this, I don't know what I would be doing. I'd probably be a pretty boring channel, to be honest with you. If everything was as nice as this, it'd be just amazing reactions every time, right? Some of the fun is when they're real stinkers. But oh my gosh, darn amazing. It does have it has that Sauvage Elixir has the same kind of effect where it's almost a little waxy, a little candly. You know, like a Yankee Candle kind of thing. Like if you were trying to make a stack of pancakes with a cup of coffee into a Yankee Candle, it would smell like this, right? It's just got a little waxiness and some spices in there that kind of you know, take it completely away and actually make it more interesting. In terms of our Fragrantica cop-out, we'll get you some accords here. On the top, coffee, vanilla, warm spicy, lavender, woody, amber, aromatic, patchouli, powdery, and sweet. Now, it's got the big bar of coffee. I don't know how much coffee I really get out of this. But it smells like a big old stack of flapjacks, you know. Just I cannot rant long enough about how much I like this fragrance already. Like, this is, I'm just going to be yapping at this point, to be honest with you. So her Fragrantica cop out notes are lavender, bergamot, which is bergamot's in everything, and green leaves. That's funny. In the middle, we've got coffee and cedar, and in the base, vanilla, a little bit of patchouli, tonka bean, and some amber. Now, those are some not so insanely creative notes. The coffee lends itself in there. That's the coffee note, but there's so much more going on inside this than your boring bergamots. And the lavender, yeah, I guess it's there. I guess there's a little bit of lavender there. I don't think this has much to do with the top notes as it does the middle and the base. Amazing, really. I'm just not gonna yap on for too much longer. This is an amazing scent. Check me out on the other half of the video. We're gonna get the perfumer. Somebody deserves some credit for this one. What I paid for it, where I got it, projection longevity, and all those other fun things. So thanks for sticking with me, you guys. Okay, folks, it's been 7 days, and since we don't want to get stuck on another fragrance, we got to keep it moving. So we're going to wrap this up and move on to something new. This fragrance came out in 2003. I kind of want to say there was a hiatus on it for a little while. I'm not 100% sure. Don't quote me. But being around for 22 years, this has stood the test of time. You kind of got to give it its credit, and for good reason. The perfumer was Maurice Roussel, and he's got a bunch of fragrances to his name, lots of perfumes that, of course, don't really mean anything to me, but three standouts he's got are Frederic Mall's Musk Ravager, a little fragrance called Nautica Voyage, and Rocos Man, which is also another coffee-based scent, I do believe. Not that I really got much coffee out of this fragrance ever. In terms of batch code, I got 25823, and that gives us an exact born on date of September 15th, 2023. So this fragrance this bottle is a couple years old, but there's no degradation. Nothing seems amiss with this at all. In terms of housekeeping, I got this off of olfactoryfactoryllc.com, not affiliated. They were having a sale on this fragrance. I got it for $129.99. They put 3.3 ounces on the bottle, and that gives us a price per ounce of $39.39 per ounce. That's a pretty good deal. Let's face it. I paid $122 for this 75 mil and $139 for this. This came from Fragrance Buy. So this was a much better buy by far. For projection, this is kind of a big fragrance. I wrote down a 7. I might even give it an 8. It's big, it's loud, it's boisterous, it does everything you want. It's more for the winter, so it's got to cut through all that cold. You're not going to get much body heat pushing it out too much. And for the week that I wore it, kind of similar. It was sort of cold out. Um, but it's a pretty big fragrance. You're not gonna want to wear it in the summer. In terms of longevity, I think other people got better results than I did. I put 5 to 8 hours. I wasn't always getting a full work day out of it. A couple days I sort of noticed skin scent after the day, around hour 8 or 9 or whatever. But it's like, it's not really pushing or doing much at that point anyways. So, 5 to 8 hours, it's pretty fair. Expect 6.5 or something like that. Um, this is a full, perfect example, picture perfect example of what a gourmand fragrance is. Um, if you don't have any gourmand fragrances in your collection, this would be a good place to start, in my opinion. The same place I got it, Olfactory Factory, they have this on sale right now with a 20th anniversary cap for $158. Not an advertisement. And that will stop as this video gets older. But I did find that it was a bit too heavy to wear daily as a daily. I did wear it every day because I have to test the fragrance out and give it its fair week. But yeah, it's almost a little too much for an entire week. It's a bit too heavy. It's kind of like wearing like Sauvage Elixir for an entire week. It's just so heavy that, it at some point you're like, well, I think I'm kind of done with this. Not that it's a bad fragrance, and I'd much rather wear this over Dior Sauvage Elixir. But it's more of a treat, like an olfactory treat. If you should be wearing, or do whatever you want, but if you're wearing a whole bunch of freshies or a whole bunch of greens or something like that, and one day, you bust this guy out and it's just gonna rock your world, just for that one day. And then you go back and start wearing through your collection again, more freshies, more greens, and all the other jib jabs. So really, just a good fragrance to have as a treat to kick around. I almost say this is blind buy safe. I almost don't think anybody's going to be disappointed with it, but I'll throw the disclaimer up anyways. And I think if you can find it for a good price, there's almost no reason to not scoop it up. But that's about it. Find something that's as unique as you are, wear it unabashedly. Until next time I see you, talk to you, or anything else, take it easy, you guys. Thanks.